Hey everyone, welcome back to the Observable Streams. Today we're going to be going over a number of templates we've created at Observable that make it super quick to get started with popular visualizations. So templates are, if you haven't seen them, they are pre-packaged. Here's the front page. They're pre-packaged expresses and interactive charts, dashboards, and other starting points so that you don't need to start from scratch. So we've been creating these templates for the purpose of helping folks to get their data-related work done more efficiently. And the templates we'll be going over today provide a blueprint, starting point for creating with D3, Observable Plot, HTML, Canvas, HTML Canvas, Three.js, and P5.js. And I'll toss the link in the chat to get here. And yeah, welcome everyone.
Should I do the what's up?
Go for it, Tails.
What's up? I've been waiting I've done several streams now, and each time I'm just like, am I gonna? I do that at the start of most. I'm just trying to bring that 1999 Super Bowl energy to each of our meetings. It only works if it's startling. You know, it's got to be startling. That's part of the. I'm Toph. I am a data visualization developer here at Observable. Yeah, I am excited to look at some of these templates because you know, I think in past streams we've shown some that are like fully worked examples of a business workflow. We've shown some that immediately get you hooked up to certain APIs. And this is sort of a different category that is maybe the most in line with what you think of as a template in something like Microsoft Word, where it's not already, you know, it is sort of unformed. It's kind of unopinionated about what it's going to become. It's just really like the boilerplate that we find ourselves copying and pasting over and over again. Like every time I'm going to do a D3 chart in Observable in a new notebook, every time it's like, okay, I have the cell for the DOM node, I have the height, margins, axes, scales, and you know, for each kind of library or discipline or category, there's a different set of those. And it's nice to have them, you know, it's in the past relied so much on just like the institutional memory or habit or like having done it so many times before. So it's nice to see them laid out like this.
Yeah, that's a good
Indeed.
intro.
So I think, so we, Molly, which do you think we should start with here?
Well, so we could start with one of the just most straightforward ones, right? We could start with pull open the just document starter.
Yeah, so let's say do you have any documents that have been on your mind that you've been meaning to start drafting here? Are there any recent milestones?
There are some recent milestones. Anjana.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hello. Hi. We have quite a few milestones recently, I think. I think we had a pretty epic week last week. Was it only last week? I can't remember. 2 weeks ago?
Honestly, they're all flowing together.
And we had something very exciting happen on our Twitter account, which is that we reached 20,000 followers on Observable HQ on Twitter. So thank you so much, everybody. Oh my gosh. We have 20,000 followers now. And we just love that because the Observable community and y'all that are here watching, hello. Amazing to see you. And please say hi in the chat where you're dialing in from. I see some folks are here. Hey, Clint. Hey, Brett. Hey, Alex. What's up? So lovely to see you all. And we're just so excited to have the community be growing because that is what we're all about here. Especially Molly and I working on the DevRel team, the developer relations team at Observable. But honestly, the whole company, like what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people together to talk about data visualization and give y'all tools to do it better together. So we're trying to make it an awesome community, and that is really thanks to y'all for being here. So maybe to celebrate the fact that we now have 20,000 people that we can talk to on Observable HQ on Twitter, we can do some fun things and make some fun notebooks just as a little celebratory event for that. What y'all think?
Let's do it.
Makes a lot of sense to me. I think that's very sensible. It's a good deliverable.
Yes, exactly. And then folks will be we'll be able to show our lovely colleagues something nice that we made to celebrate our amazing community.
Heck yeah. And
yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, one of the things I like, I know it's so simple, but I really like the table of contents import on this template. It just automatically, if you go to the bottom and show, so this import right here, it just automatically will make it so that like your various headings show up at the top, so you don't have to keep updating your own table of contents. And I know it's such a simple thing, but it's like so slick.
Totally.
What our categories be for the memoir, looking ahead. So now our table of contents updates to show, and notice that it's nested. So we have, I don't want the number, but we have like the top level. We have the top level heading, and then we can have like some of our favorite Twitter moments. We use this extensively internally. We use Observable kind of as a wiki a lot and have a lot of project documentation and handbooks for how to do DevOps stuff. And the notebooks can get very long, and it is a real, now we have a party thing, very good. But the table of contents, it's one of these like, Mike Bostock wrote one, and then Brian wrote one that added indenting, and we just find ourselves importing it all the time. And it's easy for us. Like, we know where to find it. We've memorized, or we like copy and paste from something we already have seen this statement, but it would not be at all obvious if you didn't know that background.
Yeah,
totally. Or even if you did, you might forget it every single time.
Yeah,
and have to go searching for it. Definitely not something that would ever realistically happen to any of us on the call right now.
I would love to just
hypothetically
watch over the shoulder of every one of our teammates. I was like, I am sure it is a lot of like, I know for myself, it's a lot of, or for me, like, I already have enough tabs open that one of them probably has a table of contents if I tab through enough of them.
Oh my gosh, same. Right, well, should we go to another template?
Totally. I'm gonna leave this one open so we can come back to it, and let's try to let's try to build this up as we go, and I'll leave it in the background.
Would it also be good to go ahead and like, do we want to publish that one and share it, or?
I don't know. That I think
do that later.
People looking at the recent feed might be confused right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Or or wait. Yeah. I'll definitely link share it, and we can drop a link in the chat. How's that?
Cool.
Oh, nice. We've got Brett's pointed out that twitter.com/observablehq/followers is the way we can get all of the followers.
Cool.
So, shall we look at, there was a recent, let's see, let's look at one of, this is as I was alluding to earlier, just kind of the boilerplate that we find ourselves including for any D3 chart. So it has the chart cell itself, data height, scales, axes, margins. Since D3 is now included in the standard library, you don't even need a require statement for D3 at the bottom.
Amazing.
Love it. And should we, let's see.
So if you, oh, never mind. I was thinking of a different one. Yeah, so we could pull in some data for this one.
Yeah, seen some you like lately?
Yeah, well, there was a really good, so Anjan, do you want to mention the contest recently?
I do really want to mention the contest.
Perfect.
I don't know if, speaking of forking notebooks, if folks have been following us on Twitter, you might have seen that we just recently ran a fork to win contest. So we released a blog post about it, and you would have seen this mentioned on our Twitter and our various social accounts. But essentially, the way we were doing this contest, which just ended on Sunday night, was that we were asking folks to go to the templates page, fork one of these awesome starter notebooks, and share what they made with the hashtag #ObsevableFTW. So you can see in this hashtag some of the stuff coming through. Brett made lots of awesome entries. Thanks so much. Andre Mignone had this great notebook about the story of Observable on Twitter. We had a lot of great entries from other folks as well. And so maybe we can take a look at how these folks forked our templates, see what they came up with, and maybe we can even remix some of this stuff, because I feel like this was a pretty Twitter-driven contest in the first place. So it seems very much in line with our pulling together a lovely celebration of our Twitter club, let's call it, our followers club on Twitter. So,
yeah, so it's fun. It's fun to see. One thing we should note is that on each of these templates, if you click forks, you can see past examples of forks, which shows you sort of from a very bare bones basic, from the bare bones base, how far and how divergently you can go. So like Andrea's came from, I think this is sort of nicely illustrative that like the finished product does not have to look anything like the base you started with. And if the template helps you get going or helps you see data on the screen faster or anything like that, then it's a success, and it doesn't have to look anything like that in the end, as this one demonstrates. And totally. It's pulling from a few different ones. We can see some of, they're all still sort of new, but some of them have more forks, like the processing one. Processing is a very venerable, time-tested library for doing or environment for doing sort of creative coding, and there's a port of it to JavaScript called P5.js. I've always been curious about processing, but I've never. I think I went to one conference talk about it and like tried to install it on my laptop or something many years ago, and didn't get farther than that. But our colleague Sean put together this little demo one. I can
and I think Tom McWright, previously of the Observable team, had put together a lot of helpful utilities for it that I think we're seeing there.
Yeah, we link to his tutorial here, which if you want a more kind of a full explanation of everything that's going on, I really highly recommend. Anyway, if you look at the forks, you can see the variety. The variety here. It's cool. I guess because it's creative coding, it's especially well suited to colorful thumbnails.
I love this. And I love, look at this. So Brett, who's here with us on the stream, I think, hello, hi, across the ocean in New Zealand there, has made some awesome art with this processing template. So
Taking up the page, Brett.
Yeah, yeah. We're hey, yeah, we're very impressed. And I think there's also like just there's a lot of different directions that folks have taken this as, again, to your point, Toph, like the fork doesn't necessarily need to resemble at all how things have actually gone or how things were actually laid out in the original. So this is an awesome one. Is this Irena that made this this Sierpinski curve visualization?
That's cool.
So it's tracking as I mouse around, it sort of undulates.
Very cool.
It's amazing. There are some parameters at the top you can tweak. Let's see, variable fonts are a thing. You can now no longer on the web are you limited to just bold or not bold. With variable fonts, you can now do a whole range. But anyway, so I was. That's just to say that on all of these templates, there are a lot of forks already that maybe, looking at the template, if you're not sure where you might go with it, you can look at some of the forks to see what people have done with it before. But now let's remix one of these forks and pull in this Twitter data.
I already pulled in the Twitter
Wow.
data.
Nice.
Wow.
While you were chatting. So if you go back
Amazing.
to your D3 scatter plot one that you started.
Wow. So there's.
I pulled it in.
You're the purple person.
Yeah. So let's see. I'll go ahead. If we just want to change, I'll change this data to the order data.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess I could have just renamed it. Maybe I'll do that, but that means things are going to break for a second, but that's fine.
Well, yeah, how can you, okay, so we can use those import as overrides, right? To just change the names if it doesn't line up between what it was originally and what we want it to be.
Yeah, so now it's not happy, but.
So it's named ordered data in the original. Now it'll be called data here.
Yeah, but so now it's saying data is defined more than once because we're also still defining the data. So if we comment that out, then our ordered data still doesn't work because that was old. But now, now we actually get it out. And so this is this awesome data that Andrea, I think, compiled or found, perhaps, as that shows what all of our tweets or retweets and when they happened, what their likes count were, their retweets and replies, etc. Is that right? This is coming from Andrea's notebook, The Story of Observable on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I went ahead and updated the X and Y. So now we have a plot that shows the like count on the x-axis, quote count on.
Hey!
There you go. And how easy was that? We just had to pull in some data, change some X and Y variables because it was all set up for us.
So can we look at what you changed here?
Sure. Yeah. So right here, I changed what we're pointing to for the X and Y. And since we changed the name of order data to data, I didn't have to change that anywhere. So that's helpful. Cool. And then if you scroll down, I also just had to change for the X and Y scales there. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to change the, oh my God, the name of the data.
The property name.
The property that they're based off of.
Yes.
Okay. So we just have to go through and make sure that those things that are kind of particular to the original data set from the template, which I think was like penguins. That we update all of that. So what would have happened if we hadn't updated these? They would have just errored out the scales. Yeah. It's so like, I don't have flipper length in your Twitter data. Where are the flippers?
Maybe tweets should have a flipper length. Imagine what that would imply about the richness of the platform if they had a flipper length.
I can only imagine. I mean, it's still bird related, I suppose. So question, can we do something to snazz this up a little bit? Like,
totally.
What do you want to do?
For example, I think each of these Twitter tweets. Twitter, they're not. I don't know. There's some of them are tweets, some of them are retweets, and they have a type attribute that conveys whether it's a tweet or a retweet. I think so. If we look at the data, yeah, there's that type attribute.
Type.
Yeah. Which I think
Nice.
would be
So that is a RT. That's a T. Love it.
Yeah. So what, like, could we, like, I don't know, color the dots based on that or something?
Yeah. Should we like
do the fill?
We could sort of de-emphasize the retweets if we want to focus on see what's that? Yeah, so it looks like most of these
are these all T's?
So we're sort of overplotted, so I could
nice.
If I decrease the opacity. We've got a lot. We could also do a log scale here so that we're not all bunched up in the lower left.
Oh yeah.
Could we use yeah, that might be good.
I might complain because we might have a minimum of 0. Yeah, it looks like we do. So I'm going to say instead of the extent, I'll say from 1 to the max.
Okay, so what we're doing right now, just to make sure I'm following, is we're changing the scales so that we can kind of essentially like zoom in on the part of the data that looks real bunched right now. Okay, cool.
Woo.
So we were, and now we see some that have 0.
Can we, instead of making this black and gray, because transparent black and gray are a little hard to differentiate.
Yeah,
Can
that's
I make
fair.
this like blue? Did that work? Did that do anything? Is it?
So let's see how many. I wonder how many retweets we have in this.
Maybe not that many. I don't see any now that I look at it. Maybe there's some other property that we can use. Oh no, we do have quite a few.
We have a lot.
So maybe
but
something.
It seems like they overwhelmingly have. Okay, so I guess this makes sense because if you retweet a tweet, your retweet of the tweet doesn't have its own likes and retweets. So all of the retweets will be at 0. So
I see.
So you see here in the upper left, there are all of our retweets.
Yeah. Look at that. Okay, well, never mind. Maybe there's some other property that's more interesting to pull out here. What if we
see what we have?
Well, you know what? Now that everything is sort of
so we're looking at like and quote. We could do like reply count or something. We could color it by something like that, or
we could
quote count.
We could I'm just gonna.
Or we could size them differently.
Yeah, why don't we use size? That might be interesting for like. So what we've got? So we've got like counts on the X. We've got quote counts on the Y, and then we could use size for what's left. The reply count. Reply count.
Yeah, we could. What if we
Wait, let's.
So we have 2. I'll get rid of the static radius.
Why is it mad? Am I doing something dumb?
I think we're just missing a parenthesis.
Oh, there we go.
We have. Oh, somehow we got 2 parentheses at the start of the. There we go.
Oh, cool. Oh, look at that.
And now I'm gonna get rid of that fill line since and the opacity. Cool.
Sweet.
We could even do something like we could do like start the radius small and then transition it.
Oh goodness.
I want to see retweet. Whoa.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna undo what I just did.
So that's just now when you
now we get a little animation happening. Look at that. Look at that. Let's hope with the D3 Pro pro tricks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Do we want to
Awesome.
pull this into our blog post?
Sure.
Sure. And then there, well, yeah.
Or not our blog post, but our whatever, our markdown that we started.
Let's do it. Okay, so how do we get, so what we've done, just to recap, we've now taken a template, which was the D3 scatter plot, and we have forked it to create our own version. And in that version, we have used data from somebody else's fork of the Google Sheets starter. So from Andrea's fork of the Google Sheets starter, we pulled data, imported data from that into our fork of the D3 scatter plot. And now we're about to import that into another fork of a different template. So we are really mixing and matching.
We're getting in there.
Whole tangled web.
And then we had a question in the chat. Could all of the plots on 0 be moved down and colored? So like I think Brett is asking about the top. Is that top?
They totally
line?
Could be, but I wonder if we want to push on so we can hit some of the other templates.
Yeah, I think maybe that's a good. So this would be like, would you? We don't have to actually do this, but it seems like maybe you could like filter that out, or maybe represent that a different way. Like perhaps not on this.
I'm just going to try to filter that out for now, since it's sort of distracting and misleading to have it.
Cool. Yeah, no, great question though. So and then that could also be a fun thing. We'll put these notebooks up, right? So folks can play with them and make adjustments and see if you can present this in a little easier to see way. But in any case, meanwhile, I think Waltop is changing all that. We can still pull this into. There we go. Nice.
That's filtered out.
Nice.
Yeah. So we will. So it's called chart. I'm gonna. Maybe I'll give it a tweet scatter.
Love it.
Name. And this is going to have to be published to be imported. And since we shared the blog post we're working on, we'll have to have it. This one has to also have that visibility to appear here. So now we can import chart from there and chart.
And there we are. Look at that.
Heck yeah.
Lovely. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we got a fun little tweet history thing happening there.
Yeah.
What other fun stuff can we do?
So I think now we wanted to look at some of the P5.js, right?
Let's do some art.
Like some canvas and some of that good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Nice.
Yeah, so can we take a look at some of the cool stuff, some of the cool forks that we saw briefly earlier? Like some of the ones that Brett has made were really cool for the Fork to Win contest.
Let's look at
yeah.
What about
scroll down?
What about one of these word art, like the
Ooh, that yellow.
Yeah.
Grab that yellow one.
Okay,
Cool.
so this is, I love this. This is like animated word art forked from the processing starter, which had a totally different animation. Love it. Very cool, Brett. Thanks for submitting.
Can we fork this one?
I think
totally.
We can
and then
fork
we can
whatever we want because it's observable.
That's true.
Hopefully Brett doesn't mind us forking his creation. Let us know if you do. All right. Well, what if could we change this to be like a celebration of the fact that we hit 20K? Like change the text or add some emoji, as Visnu is suggesting in chat.
Totally.
Yeah.
Guess the number of followers.
Once you have you shared that with the team?
Now as it goes, I'll share I'll share this with the team.
Awesome. Could we like make, so right now we're basically hard coding the text for this inside of the code that draws the thing. Could we pull that out into like an interactive little text input that we could change it
Totally.
as we're iterating here? Sweet. Okay, so we have these observable inputs. We have this really nice library of inputs that let folks add these little widgets, as it were. So we can use inputs.text here to make a little text box. Would you mind maybe dragging
well,
that?
I'm going to overwrite you to replace the, there's a replace with the text input I just put right below.
Oh, great.
Or here, I'll copy this in.
Love it.
The default value of the text box.
I was putting in some emojis as requested.
Very good.
Yeah. Vishnu requested 200, 100 emojis. We'll compromise with one.
Okay, I'll be working on pasting 200 of these.
Okay, all right.
we could. So how many hundreds are on the screen right now? I guess they should add up to.
Oh my goodness.
I don't. Okay, all right, all right.
Cool.
Love it. And what is this? So, okay, we want to be able to import things into our notebook, right? So I think we probably also want to give this a name.
Yes.
Sure.
Processing thing.
Processing
thing.
Excellent. Oh, we have some more emoji requests from Vishnu. Flowers too, and also exponential 100s. I don't know how that would work, but
okay, now we've got a few flowers in the mix. That's very special, scarce bouquets tossed onto the stage by adoring fans, proverbially.
I love this. I love this.
So now I'm gonna.
I was just doing that at the bottom.
Oh,
I hadn't filled it in though. I didn't know the name.
The name is currently the catchy 41968, etc. I'm gonna name it process proc thing, and it's failing to load because, as noted earlier,
not shared.
This notebook is now unlisted published. So if anyone goes to observablehq.com/@demoteam/20k, they can follow along with us. But so now I'm going to publish this one to match the publish level. And now if I refresh this, now the import works, and we just have to include it somewhere. Is it gonna? Is it gonna crash?
Interesting.
So you might be. Oh, so it's we have this.
Maybe we need to also grab style
as well. I think we need to.
Okay.
One way we can sort of test this is by seeing if it does work in the embed, although it sort of chugs along slowly there.
Well, we can. I'm wondering if something is happening to the. I'm inspecting that HTML on my side, and I'm seeing a visibility hidden on the canvas, and I wonder what that is about. Is that in this style? There's a visibility hidden on the canvas div for the canvas element for the
Okay, so I wonder.
Not sure why that would be. I wonder if that's something coming from.
We try just. There's a canvas.
Huh.
Live debugging. Gotta
Yeah.
love it.
Well, if we can't figure this out, we can move on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
We were saved as always by the much maligned exclamation point important. Never let anyone say exclamation point important isn't important.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Now, question: Since we had in our fork of Brett's awesome word art, we had pulled out that text into that little input thing. So now that's a separate value, right? So if we wanted to, in this notebook, have a different value than what's in the fork notebook, where we had, 1,100,000 emoji originally, etc., we could overwrite that when we do the import, right? Like we could do.
Totally. What do you think we should add?
So in the import processing thing. Yeah. Cool.
What should we say in the thank you or something?
Yeah, thank you for 20K.
Surprised you didn't go with what's up.
What's up? 20K.
Don't tempt me, Molly. Don't tempt me. Okay. As text.
Yeah. So I love that little with the override.
Oh.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can we put 20 in there somehow?
Thank you for 20K.
Love it. Love it. All right. Awesome.
Cool.
So we've got some art in here. What else? What else can we throw into our beautiful, amazing document?
Well, we wanted to show off the HTML canvas template and the Three.js template.
Yes.
So, let's go back to the templates. Maybe open those up.
All right. Let's open. We start with the canvas.
Yeah. Interactive HTML canvas.
It's above the bunny.
Molly, I'm not even gonna listen to you because I just want to show that you can search on the page.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. For this, share them with my wonderful demo team.
Thank you.
So
we're
later.
I don't know that we spent too much time talking about this before, but we're working together in this team that we have set up, which is fun because then we can be able to all hang out and fix each other's mistakes, most importantly.
Yes.
Nice. But you could also do this, right, with personal sharing. Now that we, a few months ago, we made it so that you could share any notebook, even if you're not on a team, you can share it with up to 4 other people so that 5 of y'all can hang out and fix each other's mistakes. So that's another way we could be doing this, right?
And you can get there by going to the menu and share, and then you can, since I'm in a team, it's just teammates, but in personal accounts, you can just type in the username of any observable user or an email address to which an invitation will be sent.
Love it. Cool. Okay, so interactive HTML canvas. What do we got here?
We've got a bar. It's sort of bluish on the left. It's sort of grayish on the right, and it's connected to this slider.
Awesome.
Love it. So I feel like this is a good demonstration of part of the point of these boilerplates is that even if you might have 20 years of experience in web development and come to Observable for the first time and be sort of like, okay, I know about the DOM, I know about JavaScript, I'm just not sure like how this reactive thing is hooked up. So like, how do I just like get a DOM element onto the page? And one of the things that these, like, this is a very short, like this is the whole thing. I'm scrolling up and down. This is the whole thing. It fits on one screen. But what I find this super valuable for is just demonstrating some of these patterns that we take for granted when we're familiar with Observable, that like you return a DOM node, that you can like create a DOM node and then manipulate its canvas context and then return it. And when you return it, it's shown here. So that's one very basic thing that is like we can take for granted, but can totally like we've seen watching over people's shoulders as they get started with Observable. They just want to like, you know, start doing d3.selectAll or something, but they don't have the HTML on the page. So I love that about some of these really, really short ones. And the other thing, of course, it shows is just a little reactive reference to an input.
Yeah. So shall we 20K-ify this?
We should definitely just cover it in references to that number. That number has a lot of zeros, which means I like it.
Awesome. All right, so let's see. I wonder if like maybe a square canvas would work better for this. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Art that we're doing.
Oh,
Cool. Okay.
Since that's hard to see, I'm just gonna, for now,
Beautiful.
or I'm gonna actually make it height instead of width. So it's a little more manageable.
Cool.
there we go.
Very manageable now.
Very manageable.
Excellent. So,
Get it bigger.
Cool.
do we need that back? What the background is just showing us where the rest of the canvas is right now. I wonder if, do we want half of it to be? Do we want to keep this box width slider?
I don't know. We could. I guess the slider. If we don't envision having a slider in the blog post, we can remove the slider and just have some hard-coded we can pull that out. Okay, we're getting somewhere, I think.
Okay.
Let's I don't remember how the filled text works. I think it's something like, I forget if it's the string and then coordinates, or if it's okay, that works.
Yeah, I think it's a string and then coordinates. Yeah, cool.
So follow. So maybe we could do a little canvas is like fast, and so it's fun to just multiply things by a lot. So now we just have a bunch of follow-ups.
I love it.
Beautiful.
You know, an important thing in communications is you have to repeat your message. You know, you think you're going to get sick of it, but you've just got to really emphasize the things that mean the most to you.
I was trying to change the color, but the back color.
I think we have. I don't know about these quotes right here.
What am I missing?
I don't know.
Oh, that was silly.
Oh, it's all good. Whoa. Okay. Nice.
Whoa. Okay. So this is sort of a little known trick about the text input, but because it's using the native HTML inputs, it exposes some properties on those native inputs like type, which allows you to to do some of these. so, so, so it's rerunning the whole cell every time I change the color, but this at least demonstrates that now it's sort of brownish, now it's bluish, but it's sort of dark. I want to make it brighter. Now it's greenish, but it's rerunning the randomization every time.
I love it.
Great.
I love it. It's useless, but I love it.
Now it's sort of a salmon.
What if okay, question, can we make the background like a different color than the text? Can we make a rectangle for the background?
Totally.
Yes.
I think that's a great idea.
We could even have separate inputs, maybe. Let me try.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So since we named the first one box color, I'm going to use that for I'm going to use that for this initial rectangle, and now
I'm putting in the text color in the fill style at the bottom.
Wonderful. So now we're going to have
it in there. Okay.
Yeah. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Well, they're both the same now.
it vibrates a lot.
It's beautiful. Okay. What else we got here? How about there we go. Lovely.
That's
cool.
Tasteful. Some people like tasteful. I guess we could go in a tasteful direction.
Can we make the font size bigger? Like, I think if I do
Context
font,
is it just font size?
I think, I don't know if it's font size.
No, it's not.
Or is it font? And then you have to do like 32 pix serif or not sans serif.
Uh-huh.
I'm also going to do a text input like we did before.
Yeah. Nice.
What was our default?
Make it pop.
I love it.
Okay, there we go. So now I could change it to...
Yeah. You want me to? I'm right here. I'm just going to do this. So it's called text, right?
Okay, so now we have this text input.
So now
it's feeding into this. And now if I type tof. I'm the one sharing my screen, so I have a lot of power here to print my name hundreds of times.
It's true.
And if we put 200, 100 emojis, that would also work theoretically.
Let's get back to that.
Excellent. It looks great on our salmon background there.
I like the flowers. Ooh.
Okay. What about wait, can we do the 2 emoji and the 0 emoji? And some flowers.
We definitely could.
The
2.
Yeah, the digit ones, yeah.
And 0.
I love it. It's so beautiful.
All right.
I feel like I'm going to pull out the 100 because the mix of numerals is a little overwhelming.
There's a lot happening here.
I love it. Is there a K emoji? No, just kidding.
Do we want to push?
Let's do it
and incorporate this with the next thing. So
let's
if we want to open up the Three.js template.
Wait, can you make that the default text? That was amazing.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's a lot. From our marketing team is in the chat, and I hope you enjoy this beautiful.
Yeah, Clint, we have
Instagram worthy art that we have made for you.
Mm-hmm. One important note here for using inputs on Observable is when I'm having fun typing whatever here, this is not saving. So if I refresh, this is like for kind of fiddling, or for if your notebook is going to have a lot of different users within the organization. But if I want it to persist like that, I'm gonna save it as the, so stuff that's in code will save and be shared with other viewers of the notebook. Stuff that's in the output here is just for me fiddling. So now that we've iterated a lot and we've settled on something that everyone is really happy with. So I'm going to do flower, 2 emoji, 0 emoji, circled K.
Perfect.
I love it. Okay, so can we pull this into our document now?
We definitely can.
We
so can.
Did we publish? Okay.
I'm gonna
set a URL. I love this feature. When you're working on a team or in like unlisted
Wait, but before
notebooks.
you pull this into the document, Can we open up the Three.js one really quick?
Sure, Molly.
Template?
Molly, I'll pull up whatever template you want.
We've been
As long as
plotting.
it's a
Yeah,
we have a few minutes. I think we can do something cool.
we can do it.
Okay.
With
So
the
open that
3JS.
up. So instead, pull it into here, and we can add it to the cube.
Okay, so what I think we want to do, so we've got a canvas from our awesome Flower 20K canvas.
We do.
And we can stick with Three.js, you can take a canvas and make it a texture and put that on one of your meshes for your 3D object. So what do you think, Molly? You think we should take that canvas?
Let's do it. This is going to be the
stick
most
it on
beautiful
the
cube
and get a 3D spinning cube of our amazing, beautiful art that Clint can't wait to see.
I think that's exactly what we need to do.
I didn't really know you could do this in Three.js until.
Yeah, it's Three.js is wild. It lets you do all kinds of stuff. So I think in the template there's some links to the docs and whatnot, but there's cool examples like if you click through, there's an example. If you search for
in the next 3 minutes, we're gonna make a large castle. Oh my God, there's a train that moves. Wow.
Yeah, okay, we're not going to do anything that fancy, but I think if you were to search for canvas, you would eventually find this this example, which then they have the code. You can find the code for those on GitHub. So learning from that.
Texture, canvas, cool. We can see the code.
Yeah, so learning from that, we can figure out how to pull a canvas element into the Three.js texture. So I think we can do this in the 4 minutes we have remaining.
Oh man.
Okay, so
all right. So first we need that canvas. We need to import that into our
I'm gonna import. So
I started at the bottom.
Oh, great.
Canvas from, but I just wasn't sure. There you go.
/20K
Perfect.
canvas, I think. Now we can just to check that it's importing. Okay, there it is. That looks right.
Excellent.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so then
thing.
if you in the cube where we're drawing the cube,
in the cube here.
Okay, yeah. So you see that mesh, that material equals new 3.mesh normal material. Okay, for whatever reason that I don't understand, we're going to change that to mesh basic material. And that's going to somehow allow us to put this nicely on it, whereas normal does not. I don't know what the difference is between those two. Somebody else can go figure that out and then come on our stream to do a whole session about it. But for now, we're just going to copy what's in the example. Okay, so then in the next line, what we need to do is add a map to the material that maps that material to the texture that we want to use. So we're doing material.map, and then we need to create a new 3.canvas texture for whatever we called the canvas. Is it just canvas?
It's just canvas, yeah.
Yeah, so if we have done things right, now the material will be our canvas. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yes.
This is
so ugly and beautiful.
This is something, all right.
Wow.
Oh goodness. What artists we are. I mean, really.
We created something amazing together. Thank you for being a part of this with me. Wow.
Can we pull this into our document?
We gotta pull it in. We gotta pull it in. We gotta close the
okay, so how does that work?
I'm gonna let's see, republish this. If I import the renderer, I should be able to get its DOM element.
I think so.
Renderer from that, and then renderer.DOM element.
Oh.
Nope. I think we have some update cells.
Yeah.
That, oh yeah. So this. So we gotta, in order to run this, we gotta
import that.
I'm sorry, I moved to the bottom with the other.
And
sorry if I screwed things up.
I gotta. Okay, republish this. Refresh this. Get the lay. Okay. Now we're
It was there, right? I saw, woo!
There it is.
Yes.
So-
Okay, so we needed to get that because there we have that like imperative update cell that's actually making things happen. So this is one of those cases where observables, reactive environment, and like Three.js or some other imperative libraries way of doing things. There's a little bit of stickiness.
now I'm just gonna add some headers since they're all sort of big.
Wait, so then when
And,
you do that, do they show up? Look at that. It shows up right in the
Look
table of
at that.
contents. Amazing.
In the table of contents. I think we're ready to publish and send out to some PR agencies.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit up the news circuit. Should we republish this?
We should totally republish this.
I love this. What was the this is demo team 20K, right? Is where this notebook
Demo
lives.
team /20K.
I can't even believe. I mean, look at this. We did all this in what? An hour, under an hour. And now we have a completely coherent, and
beautiful
notebook to celebrate our 20K followers. I love this.
And I think I can't say it better than this canvas.
Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much, folks.
So should we just recap that, like, what we did here was we, so as Toph said at the beginning, the whole thing with the boilerplates is just to make an easy starting point. And so that you don't have to recreate your D3 scatter plot from the beginning each time or remember how to get started in Canvas. It's just a starting point. And from there, you can do all kinds of things. And so what we did today is we forked, I don't even know, like 5 or so boilerplates to get started and plugged some data in and changed some text. Hold it all together.
Think of all the libraries we used. We used D3. We used the regular HTML canvas. We used Three.js. We used processing. And we actually did not have to spend any time looking at the docs for any of them. We glanced at the Three.js examples, but in general, like, we didn't have to worry about the different conventions, like the thing that's called DOM render or DOM element in Three.js that's called like .canvas and canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was super quick.
Cool.
I love it. And I love that folks are like here on our Twitter and in our streams and participating in our contests. Thank you again. Yes, in our lives and our hearts and our data visualizations. And if folks haven't seen the hashtag Observable FTW contest entries, check out that hashtag on Twitter. There's some great notebooks. Thanks again, Brett, for all the amazing P5 processing art. We had some of that really cool notebook about our Twitter history you can check out from Andrea. There were some really cool visualizations about log lines and visualizing kind of distribution there, and also about visualizing some COVID data and for some pretty interesting analysis there of how deaths have evolved during the COVID time. So lots of really cool notebooks from our community in this contest. We will be announcing winners shortly, later this week. So thank you again to everybody who participated, and please keep an eye out for more community events like that.
All right. I think this is where we say goodbye. It was lovely to have you, and have a good day, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, folks.